Good evening. This is Belita Howard. This is level 2 English language learners. This is Thursday, December the 10th. Sorry, you can actually see me. We are on chapter 4 and chapter unit 4 and unit 9. I am waiting on my other participants to join me tonight. I'm waiting. Okay. Hi. Good afternoon or good
Good
evening.
afternoon. Let's see. Buenas tardes.
Sí.
How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. How was your
Yeah.
Thanksgiving?
I'm sick on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I'll be sick
no.
that day. Yeah. I start Wednesday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm sick Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'll be better, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Just a nasty cold or
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you wanted to curl up on the couch and watch movies. Did you get to do that?
No, because I have fever, so I just sleeping.
Oh,
Almost
okay.
all the time sleeping.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Well, maybe soon you get to do those movies.
Yeah.
uh, all right. Well, um, I'm so confused. I'm not sure where we are, but we're going to start on page. Um, well, we're going to start with a share the screen. There you go. All right, let's just practice our Lord's Prayer
Okay.
just to get ourselves loosened up. Okay, let me see if I can't push that out of the way. All right, go ahead. The Lord.
The Lord is my shepherd. I have everything I need. He made me to lay down in the green pastures. He leads beside he leads me beside the quiet water. He restores my soul. He leads he leads me in the paths of right righteousness right
Righteousness.
righteousness for his name's sake sake.
Mhm,
Even
mhm.
though
Though.
even though I walk through the valley of the shadow
Uh-huh.
of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. We have Fanny. Hi, Fanny. Welcome.
Hi. Thank
Are
you.
you feeling better?
Yes.
Good. Good. Cruz was sick over Thanksgiving as well, but hers was just a cold and not the COVID. So it was a rough Thanksgiving for some
Yeah.
people. All right, we are reviewing Psalms 23, so we'll let you jump in and finish this up. You can start with this page, even though. Go ahead, Fanny.
Okay. Even though
Uh,
I walk through
Through.
through
Mm-hmm.
the valley of the shadow
Uh-huh.
of death, I will feel no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Okay. You you prepare
Mm-hmm.
a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflow.
Mm-hmm.
Surely goodness and mercy shall
Uh-huh.
follow,
Follow.
follow me all the days of my life, and I will the will
Dwell.
the will in the house of the Lord forever.
Great. Okay, very good. All right, we are on wonderful contractions.
Gracias.
We're always on contractions, I believe, since the English language has a lot of contractions. And we're on page 82 of our regular book. So, regular book. We're kind of doing two units at the same time, Unit 9 and Unit 4. So let's just review these, and then as we go through and answer the questions, they will make a little more sense. When we're talking about I will do something, we're talking about the future. I will go to the store. I will go to class. I will go to work. Or I will not do the dishes tonight. I will not go to the store. I will not study or go to work tomorrow. But I will also has that other little funny looking contraction that on certain fonts is just an I apostrophe LL, I'll. It sounds like ASILE, like the aisle way of the theater, the aisle way, the grocery store, but it's I'll do something. Instead of I will go to the store, I'll go to the store, or you don't really use it for negatives, but and you use more of it for the positive. So I'll go to the store. She'll go to the store. So that would be, that's not a very good way of saying it. So we won't teach it that way. We'll just keep it a little like this. I will, you can use a contraction I'll. If you're using she, hit, or it, like the dog will get smacked. He'll get smacked or she'll get smacked, but that's not usually a great way of saying it. So he or she will go to the grocery store. We will, they will. So the will, we're not changing. A lot of times when we see the he, she, or it, we know that the verb changes some. In this case, it does not. So I will or I will not, I'll not. He, she, it will, or he, she, it will not. Or in this case, the negative is different. She won't go to the store. She will not go to the store, or she won't go to the store. Either way is acceptable. It just depends on how much you like to use contractions. We will not go to the store. We won't go to the store. They won't, they will not go to the store. They won't go to the store. So you can use those either way. All right, just kind of keep that in the back burner of, okay, will and will not is, when we're talking about in the future stuff, is not going to be that different. All right. Now on page 82, we're talking about have and has. That one gets a little more complicated because we will be changing the tenses of the words. When you have something, let's see. Okay, this, we do keep the rule basically, or the trend that when you see he, she, or it, it's going to be different. So in this case, I have to finish my homework. You have to finish your homework. We have to finish the homework, or they have to finish the homework. He, she has to finish. It changes from have to, that sounds like half of 2 is 1, HALF, have, and we just pronounce it like half. But when you use it with he or she, it's has. She has to finish her homework. When you're using it in the negative, you could, there's also 2 ways, just like the will, you have 2 ways of doing it. I haven't finished, or I don't have to finish. It just depends on how you're answering the questions. Have you finished your homework? I can say, I haven't finished it yet, no. Or I don't have to finish my homework. Has more of a sassy attitude to it. Or a teacher would say, I see you haven't finished your homework. Or you don't have to finish that page because it's in a different language, or that's just for on applications. They would have this a lot, you don't have to finish the bottom because that is for office use only. Or we haven't finished our homework because the dog ate it. Or we don't have to finish our homework because the teacher said so. Or they haven't finished their homework because they they had a fire at the house. Or they don't have to finish the homework because they're a straight A student. It just depends on how you are using it in a sentence. When you come across have and has, haven't and hasn't. And then when you're using the he or she, just think, oh, this could be different. And in this case, yes, it is. So he or she hasn't finished their homework. He or she doesn't have to finish their homework. So it does get a little tricky and it looks a little funny, but I think as we go through it, it might, as you do them, it might make a little more sense. And then we'll come back to that maybe. So let's get off share. Quit. Screen sharing has stopped. Yes. Okay. All right. On page 82, we're using our verbs drive, get up, go, study, take, and visit. Now, notice something in these, like in that purple box and in number 1, the verb is go. But look at there's a word right before it, to. And that's important. I don't have to finish, or I have to do whatever. So make sure you put in that little word to. All right, so the first one is we don't, or we do not have to go to the grocery store. Why? Because we have a lot of food. Oh, okay, that explains. All right, number 2. Who thinks they got that one?
He has to study tonight. They are big test tomorrow.
There is, not there are, but there is.
There is.
A big test tomorrow, or there's a big test tomorrow. Yeah. I don't like how the English language is so lazy and we put contractions for everything, but some people do. It depends on. We have our casual language and we have our business language. Casual is a lot of contractions, a lot of slurring of words like I'm gonna do something, Gonna, instead of I'm going to go to the grocery store, I'm gonna go to the grocery store. There's some differences between that very casual, relaxed language versus a more business language that you would use in the workforce. I'm going to do this report today. I'm going to the boss's office. I'm going to write checks now. Okay, very good. All right, number 3. Fanny, can you do Kara?
Yeah, Kara don't have
Doesn't.
Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to drive to work. She takes the bus every day.
Very good. She doesn't. It almost sounds like if you say dozen and then put a T on it. Doesn't. Right. There you go. Perfect.
Doesn't.
Yeah. Doesn't. Doesn't. For does not. She does not have to drive to work because she takes the bus every day. Okay. Cruz, what about number 4?
Their fly leaves at 6 in the morning. They have to get up early.
Perfect. Okay. They have to get up. Right. You have to put all 3 of those in there. Because it just doesn't sound right. They have get up. And even if you said they need to get up because it comes early. Yeah, that little 2 is going to be in there. Okay, number 6.
Cloudy. 5, number 5.
Yes, number 5. Sorry.
Claude has to Claude has to take his daughter to the doctor. She's sick.
Very good. And that's Claude. Because it's a he, we know it's a male and it's Claude.
Claude has to take his daughter to the doctor.
Okay.
Sick.
And Cruz, number 6.
I have to visit my mother. She is in the hospital.
Good. Okay. All right, let's keep going. On B, part B, we're continuing the correct forms of have to and the words in the parentheses. I'm coming home on time tonight. I don't have to work late because our option is not work late. So we don't say I not work late. We say I do not have to work late. And that's where the English language adds a lot of extra words. Okay, number 2. Now that's a different one.
Like Alice, she has to stay home with her son. He's sick.
That is the correct tense. Alice has to stay. We already know Alice is a she, so we don't have to
Oh,
say
okay.
Alice she. It's just
Okay.
Alice has. You kind of say the she silent in your head to know, oh yeah, we're having to do something different. Okay, great. Okay, number 3.
I can wash your kid on Saturday night. You don't have
Anybody want to take a guess?
I can watch your kids on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
You don't you don't have get a babysitter.
Perfect. You don't have to get a babysitter. Very good. Very good. All right. Number 4.
Monica doesn't have to work this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
She can go to the zoo with us.
Perfect. Monica is a she, doesn't. So we know it's going to be different. So it's not don't, it's doesn't have to work. So when we have, usually when you have the have or the has, you have the word to with it. So she doesn't have to work. Good. All right. Number 5, that's Babu.
Babu have to take the bus to work. He don't have a car.
Okay. He has to, I think you said that, has to take the bus to work. He doesn't have a car.
To take.
Okay, and number 6.
The movie theaters is always crowded.
Crowded. Mm-hmm.
We have to buy tickets early.
Perfect.
We have buy.
Oh, great. All right. Sorry, all the animals think that this is a zoo and have to be with me. All right, let's review and we may be able to finish up chapter 4. And then we can look at that 9. Okay, page 83. We're completing the conversation. Cruz, you be A, and Fanny, you be B. Okay?
Hi, David. Do you want to come over to watch the game?
Sorry, I can have to go the supermarket.
Mhm.
The supermarket is open late. You can always go later.
I can see this coming out in uh, uh, actually actually
Actually, mhm.
actually I can. My sister is coming over tonight and have to get food for dinner.
Very good. Mhm.
Okay, too bad.
Okay. Uh, what about next Saturday? You know, I love watch the games on your new TV.
Okay, you know I love watch or I love to watch.
Mm, I love to watch
To watch. Mhm.
to watch the games on your new TV.
Good.
Great. Make sure you don't have to run any
Errands.
errands next
Errands.
Saturday.
That means chores, list of things to do, tasks you have to complete.
Okay.
If you have to, like on a Saturday, if you have to go to the store to get groceries and then go to Walmart and pick up a birthday present, and then you have to go get gas in your car and drop off something for your mama, then those are errands. That's just a
Okay.
list of things you've got to get done without having to tell everybody exactly your itemized list. Okay, very good. Okay. The big thing there is we're adding the word to. I have to do something. She has to do something. Or I don't have to do something, have to do something, or she doesn't have to do something. So we're the big thing, we're adding the word to. All right, now we're going to rewrite some statements. On part C, it's the example is I go to the mall on weekends. Now, the adverb is sometimes, and they want you to put that sometimes in that sentence, in the proper space of the sentence. In this case, I sometimes go to the mall on weekends.
Okay.
All right, somebody want to try number 2? Our adverb is usually.
Like David usually works on Tuesday and Thursday mornings.
Right. Dave usually works on Tuesday and Thursday morning. if you put usually at the beginning of a sentence, like usually Dave works on Tuesday and Thursday morning, it kind of leaves, okay, you need to finish out that sentence because it leaves you wondering, okay, well, usually he does this. So what's different now? Where if you just say Dave usually works on Tuesdays and Thursdays, that's just okay, that's a good sentence that just doesn't leave you hanging. It just says, usually that's what he does. It's a great way to answer a question. Otherwise, you might have to do more explaining.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Ted is absent from English class.
Ted is always absent from English class.
Yep. Poor Ted. He's not going to pass. Okay. Number 4.
Ted always.
My brother often cook breakfast on Sundays.
Right. Mm-hmm. Number 5 about Ralph. And what he never does.
Ralph never eats meat or fish.
Mm-hmm. He must be a vegetarian. Okay. And number 6.
We are hardly ever at home during the week.
Mm-hmm. Now make we are a contraction. What's the contraction of we are?
We are
We are home during the week.
What's the contraction of we are?
We are.
It sounds a little funny. We're going, or we're hardly ever.
We hardly.
W-E-R-E. Looks like were, but we are. So that would be W apostrophe R-E. We're hardly ever at home during the week. That's definitely the lazy contraction way.
Okay.
All right. Now let's practice those wills. We're in chapter 9 on page 170. And we're making plan for school events. Someday they'll have them again. Hopefully next fall, everything will be back to what we remember as pre-COVID days. All right, when we're talking about the future with using the word will, I will do something in the future, or I won't. So my mother will watch the kids. And then the contraction of she, apostrophe LL, she'll, if you like using contractions, she'll watch the kids. Or if that was a he, he'll watch the kids. Or if that was an I'll watch the kids. Or Frank will not, or Frank won't go to the PTO meeting. Or Frank won't watch the kids. They won't watch the younger kids. So in our little grammar watch box, use will plus the base form of a verb. Our verb in this case is like watch or go. Use won't, W-O-N apostrophe T. That's the same thing as will not. And use contractions with will for speaking and informal writing. If you're writing papers for school, you probably don't want to use contractions for school or work. Okay, number 1. Anwar will work the evening shift this week. He changed his schedule. Oh, yay. Okay. Laura will play on the soccer team next year. All right, number 3. Can somebody have that one? Our verb is have.
Like the PTO.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Uh-huh.
one half, no, like one half a baking sale in October.
Okay, the PTO will have a bake sale in October.
Will.
Because it's just the word is just have. They're not saying the not have.
Oh.
The way you said it, it would have been a not have. That would have been absolutely
Uh-huh.
correct. The PTO won't have a bake sale in October if we were making it a negative sentence. So that was good. Okay. Number 4, our verb is not, and then the to be form. Raphael will not be home until 5:30. He gets help with his homework after school. Or Raphael won't be home until 5:30. You can say will not or won't.
Will not.
Everybody see how that one?
Yeah.
And you can have two options on that one. It just depends on, I guess, who you're speaking to. How clear you want to be to somebody. If I want to be very clear with somebody, I will not use contractions because tractions have a way of kind of slurring. And usually I will want to emphasize especially if it's negative, I cannot, instead of I can't come to work today, I cannot come to work today because, or you cannot have another cookie before dinner. All right, number 5. And they're not meeting. So
Like,
anybody got a Fanny? You want to try this one?
Mm, okay. Mm.
And that word is technology club.
The technology club won not.
Well, you won't say won't not because that's double negatives. The technology club will not meet this
Will
week or
not
won't meet this week. You can use
it
will not meet or won't meet.
won't meet
Uh-huh.
this week.
Won't. Now, that's why contractions can be very difficult because won't and want are very similar sounding. I won't do something is negative, whereas I want something is I want something in my hand, give me something. I want or I won't means I'm not going to do something. But either one would be correct. It's just how you want to emphasize it. That Technology Club will not meet this week because Monday is a holiday. And since we're talking about school, then sometimes not using contractions would be good. And you can just say will not instead of won't. Okay, number 6, Andre will be late for dinner. He has football practice today. Or if you want to make it a negative, like not be, Andre will not be late for dinner. Football practice got canceled. Or Andre won't be late for dinner because football practice was canceled.
okay.
Andrea
Uh-huh.
with
If you make
not
it, if you want to make it negative, I mean, they, you know, in the book they're wanting you to make it positive. Andre will be late for dinner. That's the correct answer for that blank. But if we want to take it a step further and make it a negative and practice our negatives, then Andre will not be late for dinner. And then we have to change the next part because football practice is canceled. Okay, number 7. We are not have.
The kids will not have school on Friday because the teacher has a conference all day.
Very good. Will not have school. Or the kids won't have school on Friday. Will not have or won't have school on Friday because the teacher has a conference all day.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very good. I know there's haves and won'ts and negatives and positive and affirmatives. Ooh, they can be a pain. What's our time? Okay, let's finish. Oh, that's too much to finish in that one. Well, let's at least finish this page. All right, we have our words play, go, be, and check. So we're using the will for the future and those words in the box. And let's not use contractions. Let's just not use the contractions. Make sure we got it. All right. This time, Fanny, you be A, and Cruz, you be B.
Okay.
So Fanny, you start.
Okay. Can you go to Jimmy's basketball?
That's baseball.
Oh, baseball. Can you go to Jimmy's baseball game this Thursday night?
I'm sorry, I can't. I have work. I have to work.
That's too bad. Jimmy will be sad. He wanted you to come.
Well, they, we, they won't play again next week, right?
They will play.
They will.
They will play. Okay.
I think there's a game next Friday. I I I will
Uh-huh.
I will the
And which verb goes there?
schedule. No.
Check.
I will play the schedule. I will go the schedule. I will be the schedule, or I will.
I will go the schedule.
No,
No.
I will check the
Check.
schedule.
I will check. I will
The last word in the green box.
check. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I go to the next game. I promise.
All right, good.
I
Will
will go.
I I will go. Mm-hmm. All right, let's say that a little more confidently. All right, let's try that again. Fanny, you be A, and Cruz, you can be B. All right,
Okay.
try it again, Fanny.
oh the same?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Can you go to Jimmy's baseball game this Thursday night?
I'm sorry, I can't. I have to work.
That's too bad. Jimmy will be sad. He wanted to you to come.
Well, they we play again next week, right?
I think there's a game next Friday. I will check the schedule.
Okay, I will go to the next game. I promise.
Very good. And hopefully they don't have to break that promise because of work. Yes. Let's do an easy. These are okay. Page 172 is easy. All right, we're talking about life skills and we're taking a phone message. You've all done it. You've had to be secretary for yourself, your husband, your kids. So this should be real easy. We are at Winter Hill Elementary School, and you have the office worker, and then you have somebody calling. And on one, we're not going to read the phone message. Oh, yeah, we are. I'll read it, and then we can answer the questions. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Winter Hill Elementary School. Hi, this is Elsa Vega. May I speak to Mr. Taylor, please? I'm sorry, he's not available right now. May I take a message? Yes, please. I have a question about my daughter Mariah's math homework. Please ask him to call me back. Sure. What's your number? It's 718-555-4343. Okay, I'll give him the message. Thank you. Okay, so on page 172, she wrote the message, the date, what day it was, the time it was, so that Mr. Taylor, and it was to Mr. Taylor, would know that Elsa Vega, Maria's that's number 2, Maria's mom, wants a call back because she has a question about Maria's math homework. And she needed to get it right because on number 1 versus 2, the secretary wrote down Elsa Vega is Maria's teacher. That's not correct. If you listen again to the conversation, which just happens to be printed out on page 171, we see that this is Elsa Vega. I am my daughter, Maria. So you would know, oh, she is Maria's mother. Oh, that's Maria, not Mariah. Okay. And then hopefully Mr. Taylor will call back. All right, so let's look at those words on page 171. Make sure we've got those words. Available. Let's say it. Available.
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 Is
Available.
teacher available? Mm-hmm. Is the principal available?
Available.
It means, can they talk to me now? Okay. Call me back. We say that all the time. Call me back, please.
Yeah.
Or text me back or message me back. But return the call is a more fancy way of saying call me back. Give him, meaning give whoever the message. Take a message. Take a message is a phrase that means write down what I'm about to tell you, and give it to whoever is intended. So take a message, please, if the boss would say, means you better start writing down what he's about to tell you. Okay, so we're at Winter Hill. Okay, let's just go and Cruz, you be A, and Fanny, you're B this time.
Okay. Winter Hill Elementary School.
Hello, this is Elsa Vega. May I speak to Mr. Taylor, please?
I'm sorry, he's not available right now. May I take a message?
Yes, please. I have a question about my daughter Maria's math homework. Please ask him to call me back.
Mhm.
Sure. What's your number?
It is
Mhm.
718-555-4343.
Okay, I give him the message.
I give
And to be
Thank
really good, you would say, sure, what's your number? And then then the caller gives you the number, and then
Mhm.
you repeat that number back. Just,
Oh, okay.
that's always a good thing to repeat the number back, say, just to make sure that you've wrote it down correctly and heard it correctly. Because everybody
Okay.
has an accent and they say things real fast.
Okay.
That's just extra polite and to get it correct.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right, it's been an hour. Your heads are spinning, you've been sick. We won't overload the brains tonight. Um, be working on these, keep reviewing the have and the has and the wills and the will nots and won'ts. Um, Next week we will look on page 174 and one. It's kind of hard to do. On 174, if you'll look real quick, the conversation they're talking about is on your disc if you have a way to listen to your discs. But if you don't, then it is written out on page 175. Part A is the conversation that they're talking about on page 174. Listen, part 2. So we'll look at that. We'll look at lesson 5 on chapter 9. And then we'll talk about adjectives and adverbs and how they are different and how to make an adverb out of an adjective. So we'll do a little more on our parts of speech, of our grammar, which is on page 176. And then we're going to try to finish up lesson 4 or unit 4. And unit 4, we will do page 83. Make sure you know how to, oh, we just did that one. Okay, good to know. We are done with unit 4. Let's just try to get rid of unit 9 this month as well. And then in January, we can start home projects in unit 5 and then pick up a couple of other grammar mess. Okay. All right. Y'all have a great day or evening. Buenas noches.
Gracias.
No. Yeah. And hopefully everybody's feeling better and getting your strength back. I know it's hard. So, all right. Y'all have a good week and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank
And then
you.
we'll break
Yes.
for Christmas.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.